one. If you don't,
hey guys, welcome to Liner House Live. We're live in the Liner House.
We're so alive.
We're live. Camera's live. We're live. Everything is alive that isn't dead.
There's so much truth in that.
I know, it's so deep.
It's way deep.
Oh man, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. Today's gonna be fun. We just released a new video called Types of Directors. It's gonna be it's the first in a series of videos that we're gonna be doing to the Liner House YouTube channel, and watch it and share it and laugh at it and comment and like
and share it and then like it and then comment.
Yeah,
and then comment and like it and share
it.
If
you have ever worked in theater or anything in like the entertainment industry, and you have an experience with a director or a type of director, let us know what your experience was. If you had, hey Nicole,
hey Megan,
thank you guys so much for joining us. Let us know if any of you guys have had the chance yet to see our Types of Directors video. We released it this morning. We're going to be talking about that today. Just kind of like where some of these impersonations came from our own experiences and all that fun jazz. Because believe it or not, caricatures they may be, but they still are based off of.
Yeah, they stem from real life, real experiences.
So yeah, we are kind of like blowing them up a little bit, but they're not.
Some of them are not.
Some are not that far off. But yeah. So
up on grapes. Now, should we go ahead?
Let's go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. Talk about.
So, Megan, fun fact about the grapes is that freshman year of college, I was cast as it was double cast, which is a strange thing to do for the lead. I shared the role with another guy, and it was kind of an odd thing. It doesn't happen a whole lot to be cast as a freshman in a main stage play. And so I was double cast, and so I had like a lot of pressure on me, and I was nervous and everything. And my acting coach was actually directing the show, and the opening scene of the show is the mom is preparing dinner, and my character, her son, is going out to the vineyards, and she's like, why don't you just stay here and I'll prepare something for you to eat? And he was like, no, that's all right. I'll just go out and have some grapes. Now, my director literally said, all right, cut, take it back. Miles, I want you to go up on grapes. And what I did was I literally went up on grapes. And it's just so
in pitch.
Yeah, in pitch. So she's like, why don't you stick around? I'll make you something. And I was like, no, that's all right. I'll just have some grapes.
And the class loved it, right?
Oh, it was the entire department. Everyone in the department was involved in the show. I mean, tech was there to get an idea for lighting design, set design, and everyone lost it. I probably turned red as a beet. And just
now in the video, you're kind of like, in that particular character, you're kind of like this kind of heady person.
Right.
You know, it's like going through all these methods, whatever. By the time we get to the grapes thing, this is more of a personal experience. What was the director like? The actual director? Were they like, why don't you get going up on grapes, or that was just kind of like having fun with the role?
Oh no, she literally said, "Go up on grapes."
Yeah,
I'm not I'm not making.
But did she stress like?
She's like, I want you
to
go up through grapes. Like what she meant by it after the fact of me screwing up, she was like, I want you to carry the energy through the line. What she was saying is I was throwing the line away. I was like, because I was coming in and going something along the lines of, that's all right, I'll just have the grapes.
Okay. So, but I wonder why. Because I've never really heard up either. Like I probably would have been like, what does that mean? I've heard energy, carry the energy through the line.
Because I was going down with the line. So I was trailing off the end of the line. So it was like, no, that's all right. I'll just have some grapes. Yeah. She was like, no, go up.
Because I hear carry it through all the time.
Yeah.
I hear carry it through.
I
don't know
think
if I've
just in
ever
the
heard-
moment, her brain was just like, go up, because I was going down. And so,
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
makes for a good story, I guess.
Right. Well, Nicole is saying that she has actually had a little bit of trauma experience in high school as well. Feel free to
She can't stop laughing.
Oh, did you go? Did you go? I'm guessing you went and saw the
Oh
video.
no, I think she's probably just laughing at the
Oh,
story.
gotcha. Yeah, yeah, for real. It's so crazy, like how so much of this stuff like is based off of real life experiences, and you're like, for sure that's not real.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's what makes them so fun. So yeah. There is a
The void one is something.
So
that's very-
the void was from experience of mine and my kind of like my real career, like the paid part of my storytelling.
real career. What does that mean?
All right, so
you mean this?
the part where you get paid for what
The,
you do?
the part where you're not doing what you want to do, but you're doing it to get money to pay the
Yeah,
bills.
like
Yeah.
so back when I used to like work for money instead of like pure joy.
Yeah.
Telling stories on YouTube. So there was a season where I worked at a production company as a producer, and during that season, I got to work with lots of different types of directors, different types of talent, which we're probably going to do a types of actors video. I'm sure we'll get around to that. But yeah, the last one in the video that we just released, we called The Void, because this director, this type of director, really gives you nothing to work with. He or she is probably the worst type of director to have. I'm sure, I mean, none of these guys would be ideal directors, but this one in my book is probably one of the most unhelpful because he doesn't really give you anything.
He's just hanging out.
He's saying so many words that mean nothing. So it's like, why are you even talking? Like, and it's a real thing. And I would have talent as a producer, I would have talent come up to me after a take, right? And the biggest frustrating part was, we do a take, and then afterwards, the director, this void director, would be like, okay, that was good, but we're going to take it again. There'd be no feedback of what needed to change on performances or blocking or anything. And so the talent would come up to me as like the first AD or the producer or whatever and be like, so do we need to like do anything different? And I was like, apparently not, just do it again. And as an actor, right, that can be really annoying because you're like in your head, you're like, okay, but if it was okay, then why are we doing again? Why aren't we moving on to the next setup or whatever? And so it's just a really frustrating type of person to work.
It's so miserable. As an actor,
give me something to like.
I think I've been in a couple of situations where it's been like that,
You're
where
like-
I've been behind the camera, but as an actor, it's happened to me more so, and it is miserable, absolutely miserable.
Oh yeah, actually, so Megan, her son, I actually had the privilege to work with before, and he's really funny. But yeah, I'm glad. Yeah, so you said that you've actually had experienced that a lot with Skylar acting. Okay. Seeing directors interact with Skylar in that same way, I'm guessing is what you're saying. Yeah, and it'd be like honestly, directing children is hard.
It's very hard.
Directing children is really hard. There's so much going on. I remember there was a shoot that I was directing a child in once, and it just didn't work out. They did great in the audition. We actually did a face-to-face audition with them, but they showed up on set and just froze up. I mean, they were totally fine in the audition. They got on set, and I guess it was just all these people that they didn't know or whatever that they froze up. And I actually brought my little brother out to fill the role. Hey, Leo King. Thank you so much for tuning in.
We're great. Hope you are.
Yes, we're talking about our newest upload types of directors. So if you haven't caught it, go check it out. We're talking about some of the inspiration behind the directors. We talked a little bit about The Void, talked a little bit about
The
obscure one, but we've also got the tantrum. And I don't know, I've never worked with a director in my personal career that is just like that loose cannon,
loose cannon
that just like goes
guy,
off.
yeah.
I mean, I have worked with slightly bipolar people. I don't know if
That's like a consistent in the
I think
the art world.
in the art industry. Yeah, I have worked with bipolar-esque people, and I think that's kind of like that's the only thing I can really correlate that with, is like that loose cannon.
With your personal experiences.
Personal experiences. I mean, have you ever worked with someone that does the screaming and the kind of like the big thing? I mean, I know of plenty of directors that have that reputation. Well, they will get up in your face and they will yell at you. But I personally have never worked with anybody like that. I have worked with people that kind of lose their cool a lot. Like they can only go so far and then they lose their cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of like that sometimes.
I'm trying to rack my
Mom's over here being like, "You're like that." I generally stay pretty chill. I have to be pushed quite a bit to.
Never. Yeah, I don't want to experience it either. The loose cannon.
I feel like as an actor, a loose cannon director could be very harmful. You know, like it could probably cause you to freeze up.
I think if you were going into it knowing that's the type of director they are, and that's what they're doing specifically to keep you in it, like a war film, like that's the kind of director.
That kind of energy might be good, you know, because it's high stakes film, so it's like high stakes kind of direction. Where they get yelled at every day.
Yeah.
Kind of like a drill sergeant may. I don't know. I've never personally been in a war film. Really cool. Hey, thank you guys. Thank you so much. Rafi Ullah Khan, I think. Correct me if I pronounced that totally wrong. Thank you so much for tuning in.
You're really cool for tuning in.
Yeah, you're awesome. But yeah, so the loose cannon thing, obviously that's just kind of fun.
I think it is fun. I think I've been in situations where it has gotten that intense, but not so much where it just I have seen actors be sent off set, off like out of rehearsals.
I mean, I've been in situations where I've wanted to send people off set, but it never happened. All right, so there's the loose cannon, and then so the last one that we did was what do we call him? Oh, the cheerleader. Yeah. Right. So the cheerleader, this guy, and we talk about this all the time when we're talking about Hallmark films, how like Hallmark films, some of them are vacation films, right? So what happens is it's this really low budget, and the way sometimes able to do these low budgets is because they're gonna be able to wrap it in with like, you know what, you can take your family with you or something like that. And so yeah, they're shooting a film, but they're also kind of like in a new location or whatever, and it's kind of a vacation film, right? So that kind of person is a person that I have actual experience with. I wouldn't call it vacation films, but it happened. I came across this type of director when I was again working for this production company, and it was the kind of thing to where it was just like the wanted to get through the day. Didn't really care about like the performances or anything. So he would just constantly be like, "Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's great." You're like on the crew, and you're like, "That really sucked though. That was not good." Like you want to stop there? you want that to be the take that your editor has to work with? And he was like, "Yeah, it's fine." And it was just like, okay. That's at the moment where you're like on the crew, you stop really caring. Because the director doesn't care. The director is so important. I mean, obviously everybody on the crew matters. But the director is the one that sets the pace. The director is the one that holds the vision and that inspires everybody else on the team. And if the director doesn't care, then it's going to be very, very hard for everybody else on the crew to care.
It's scary, like the walkaway value between The Void and the cheerleader,
Yeah.
they're so similar.
They really are. I mean, you're pretty much going to end up with the same
atmosphere-
product.
Yeah. The atmosphere on set is completely different, though.
Yeah.
It's just a switch there. Like, you don't want either one of them on there.
The thing is, though, with the cheerleader one, like, it's actually a really fun set to be on.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
But then
this
at
is the
end-
guy that you're just like, you feel like he's your uncle or your friend. You're like, you talk buddy, but afterwards you're looking at the dailies and you're like, oh man, I wish he had like pressed harder and said, like, give me this.
Yeah.
Instead of, oh, it's good, it's great. Yeah. So anyway, that's where those came from. So yes, a little bit of exaggerations, but not really. It's just kind of capturing the heart and the mentality of those guys. And here's the hard part: is like I can see little bits of those things in myself, and so it's kind of like, ugh, I don't want that to be like.
I could see myself going off the rail a little bit on somebody. It's
So-
like, I know I'm being serious. Like, but I don't think I would be a loose cannon because I would have control. But yeah, I think there's some people out there, like, I would get frustrated that spend all that time cast this person, they get on set and they're just like not taking it seriously. I might kick them off.
Nicole say my drama teacher is like a weird mix of the cheerleader and the loose cannon. Whoa, that's a weird combo. That is a creepy combo. That is bipolar.
Yeah, that's
that is
straight
like
bipolar.
straight bipolar. Like one moment they're your best friend, and another moment they're like screaming at you. That's ridiculous.
Hey, Rafi, I do want to address something real quick. You might have missed it. We did a live stream a couple of was it last week?
I think it was 2 weeks ago. Oh no, it was last week.
Yeah. Okay.
Where
we made an announcement that we're cutting back on the trailer reactions, just so we can focus more on our narrative stuff, which is what we want to do, and
sketch comedy
comedy and all of that. We're occasionally going to get around to it.
Oh, his name is Assad Khan. Cool. Thank you for clarifying that.
Oh, yeah.
We definitely want to refer to you by
your real name. But yeah, thank you for the recommendations, guys. But we're just we're cutting back on that and focusing on what we really want to do. We enjoy movies, and it was a way of us putting our opinions out there and getting our take on filmmaking. But now we're going to put our take of filmmaking out there by actually making films, short stories and stuff like that. So
and man, we are so grateful and thankful for the love that we're getting from all of our Pakistani and Indian followers and subscribers. I mean, it's just so cool to see that. Oh man, we're getting an audience that's across the ocean for us.
Yeah, it's so cool, like to have something like this and reach to the other side of the world.
Yeah, so we
connect with you guys.
Yeah, and we're so grateful for everybody that tunes in. The vision is to one day be making movies and TV shows on the reg. And so you guys right now watching this video, watching the stuff that we're putting out right now, as we're kind of small scale, is all a part of that puzzle. You guys being involved with us right now is helping us get to the place to where we can be telling TV show stories of TV shows and movies on a regular basis. So that's the vision, and you guys are a big part of making that possible. So we love you guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I mean, it. I wish you were going.
Yeah, we too.
What? That would be so crazy.
Yeah, we wish that.
Oh man, hitting 1 million subs.
Yeah, that's gonna be really fun when that happens. It will happen. It just takes a lot of work
and patience.
A lot of patience,
perseverance,
and so
all those long P words.
That I can't fail from. All right, guys. Well, we're closing in on 20 minutes. We try not to take up your time too much, but we thank you so much for tuning in, talking to us. We got some more fun stuff coming down the pipe. I think we're going to try and get some sketches out here within the next 2 weeks. Got some funny ideas brewing. So keep your eyes open for that. And as
Also,
always,
if you haven't done so, go and watch When Fact Met Fiction
yes,
on our channel. The second season is coming out this summer, into the summer. We are in heavy post right now.
Yeah.
Chopping that sucker up, making sure everything is good to go. And
it's gonna be fun.
you guys are gonna love it. It's a lot of fun. Later.
Bye.